Okay, welcome everybody to the call. It's morning here where I am. London session opens in 25 minutes. Cool, streaming live, excellent. Do you see the similar pattern happening between Asian session and London session? Spike up. It doesn't mean it won't go up. What it does mean is that it's had that spike up straight after the session. Everybody thinking that actually it's had a spike to the low and the high. Gold is really messing around at the moment. It's if you look at the daily, even the daily had actually flipped and then went back to pushing up to the upside. How you guys get on trading yesterday? Good. All right, guys, let's get straight to it. We've got around 20 plus minutes until the session opens. I'm going to put an alert. Where should we put the alert? We'll put an alert up here in case the price does push up. I have identified a potential scalp sell, 10 to 20 pips. This is a 20 pip move with 20 pip stop loss. For those of you that aren't aware, I'm a scalper. I like to get 5, 10, 15, 20 pips. Very rarely do I get more than that. Let me put that there. That'd be a sell area. Monica, nice, 0.5%. All right, guys, so let's go through it. First and foremost, mindset. Are you in the right place today? If you are in a bad place mentally, I highly recommend don't trade. Even though you won't listen to me, you're going to have to learn from experiences. I've experienced times that I've gone on the charts when I definitely shouldn't have done, and my emotions got the better of me. Sadly, we have to make mistakes to figure that out. So first and foremost, you're in the right place. The second thing, do you have your trading plan? As some of you saw in the group chat yesterday, one of the ladies there had a trading plan. Whether you agree with the trading plan or not, you have a trading plan. Okay. So if you're in the Telegram and you saw the discussion there, I gave my thoughts on the plan. However, that person came back and had their version of what they believe their plan is. Therefore, I'm not getting in the way of it. I'm going to let them go and do their plan. I have my plan that I map out, and that is my plan. Now, I go to people that are more skilled than me in trading, and I ask them questions that whether my plan is right and how to amend my plan. And that's what we have mentors for. That's why we have people that hold you accountable. But do you have a plan? Be all and end all, do you have a plan? Next thing, once you've got your plan, if you don't, you need to be reaching out, guys. You're making a huge mistake every day that passes by not coming and asking, purely because a lot of people are worried about what we think. Yeah, we're worried about what others are going to say, but yet you end up not getting the results and the answers that you want purely because you're worried about everybody else. Doesn't make sense at all. Okay. So next thing we do is we go to the Forex Factory. Step 3. Forex Factory. We have dollar news coming in at 1:30 p.m. UK time. That's 2:30 here in Europe, Czech Republic. So we have dollar news coming in then, and there is also news at 3 p.m. So be aware of that. Personally, I want to get my pips and get the heck out of there and not have to trade later on when the news is on. However, the good thing with trading in the morning on the London session, if you do get it wrong and you stay within your trading plan, there is possibility you can get back in the market during the New York session. Okay, next thing I'm going to do, actually, you know what? I'm going to delete everything. Let's just delete everything. Okay, next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to map out the Asian range. So we use the indicator for the Asian session, and I will draw a line for top of Asian, which is here. Let's make that blue and dotted. So that's the top of Asian, Asian high. And this is 50% of Asian. Just do it this way, it's easier. 50% roughly. And then we've got the low of Asian. Okay, so we've got the low 50%. Now if we zoom in and we take a look at 50%, and this is an area I'm going to map out. So there's 50% of New York. I'm going to put that in white because there we go. 50% of NY, but that actually worked out to be a very strong support resistance line if you go and scroll along here that you can see. So I think that there, if we can identify something in around this zone, there may be a rejection zone here as well. Okay, Asian is mapped out. We have, I'm not going to map out anything else with regards to that. Now I'm going to do my top-down analysis, and then I will take a look at support resistance on the 1 hour and the 30-minute. Okay, so we can quite clearly see that we're on an uptrend, but however, if we look at this, there's a really key level that we're at right now within reason that I believe you're going to need quite some volume to break through this zone to come to the downside. The previous daily broke the support level here around 2021, and now we're having a retest of that. I believe that coming into the 2006 area is definitely valid, but remember, this is gold. Gold can do whatever the heck it wants. There is no real bottom wick on the gold for the day. So I'm going to put a little line here. Let me turn the magnet tool on to say that this more than likely will be a flip. And if it does flip past there, then I may well start to look for sells in around this zone. On the upside, we have what we call brother engulfing here. However, I'm very aware of this area. On a lower time frame, this will be a good zone to look for potential sells. However, when you look at the size of this green candle, if we take a look at that, is 80 pips nearly. So I like to use a 20 pip stop loss. So therefore, taking the shot here, it could reject and come back down. However, it could push up higher to find a smaller time frame ETM candle to reject from, which means I need to go deeper on that to identify it. If we just look at the window that we're in now without changing the view, you can quite clearly see this uptrend here. Okay, so that's a nice daily uptrend that's happening. And if we look on the flip side, we have from the wick, where is it? Up here. We go from here to here, we're on quite a nice downtrend as well. So we're coming into a quite nice area where there may be a breakout. Okay. Turn on the cloud. Let's take a look at the cloud, and the cloud is telling me we're below the TK lines, which essentially we're more in favor for sells than buys. However, as a scalper, we are able to take both at the right times. Let's see why this isn't loading. Let's try again. If you're taking notes today, there is something I highly recommend you doing for the start of every day. And that is to check on MetaTrader where if there was a gap left from the open and close of the previous day. Any of you that may well have noticed, I took buys today at 2013.9. Reason being, if you go on MetaTrader, that is when the market closed yesterday, and price opened. Just looking at message, opened at 2015. Okay, So price opened at 2015.1 and closed the night before. So that left a 10 pip gap that price did not fulfill. And price did that earlier. And if you go and map that out, so if we just draw, if we go to say the 1 hour, and what price did I say? Let me do that again. So roughly, we were looking at 2015 down to 2014, okay? So if we draw something here at 2015 down to 2014, roughly here, down to around here, and we pull this along, go to the 5 minute. Okay, can you see we have this rally-based rally, and if you look on the 15 minute, look where price came down to, took liquidity and moved. That was more than likely down to the, so if you look at this blue line is the daily flip. Most people, if price breaks here, you're looking for sells. I was looking for buys. I was looking for buyers on that, okay? So that's something you want to pay attention to. Now let's go to the 12 hour. Let's zoom in a bit on the 12 hour, see what we can see. Nothing of interest. We have the previous wick, so you have this engulfing, and the last wick was around 2023.1, so that is imbalance at the moment. That has not been fulfilled again, and the same up here, we have imbalance from around 2049.7. Doesn't mean it has to be fulfilled at all, but it's something to pay attention to. We have on the 12 hour, we have 2 hours left. So do I believe the 12 hour is going to flip? Possibly not, but you just never know. On the 8 hour, we have an area now. Can you see that? In alignment with our 50% of New York. So we have our 8 hour zone. And if you look to the left, let me get that right. That's an 8 hour zone here. If you look to the left, when I put the dotted line there, you can see how it's been a very nice support for majority of that phase anywhere around these zones and created brother engulfing. So I believe this is quite a strong area. We also have something all the way at the top here. Can you see this one? This one here. So let's do this. Where's it gone? Let's grab that, pull it along, and we'll call that an 8 hour area. Now remember, if you get within 15, 20, 30 minutes of news coming in, all of these areas are null and void. Price can break through them very, very quickly. But we do get a push up. I believe there is a possibility of rejection up at this zone. On the downside, we have an area here, very, very small rally-based rally, and I believe that is something of interest as well. So we'll put 8 hour. And let's go to this, cool. Now when we zoom in, let's take a look at this 8 hour. We have 6 hours left. It's not playing very nicely at the moment. For me, I wouldn't be surprised if we get a higher push up to these zones first, and then a potential move back to the downside, purely going off of the higher time frame, the daily, the 12 hour, and the 8 hour. If we go to the 4, now we can see a nice zone that's given me a double confirmation here on the 4 hour that there is a potential rejection could happen at this area. Now, this is where you want to be careful, because taking buys this low when the market is moving down on the daily and the previous day, you really want to be careful. So if you're going to take buys going against the daily trend, then I would suggest lowering the lot size. If it only means that you make only 0.25%, no problem. No problem. The reason why most people can't handle taking 0.25% is because they don't have a big account. So you really need to start focusing your mind on that, okay? On the 4 hour, I don't see anything else. I just want to have a look at the cloud. Okay, you can see the cloud and the TK lines are all the way at the top, which tells me there is room for us to go up before possibly going down. 3 hour. 3 hour is not looking pretty. There are still 2 hours left, and there's still 2 hours left of the 4 hour as well. Okay. So a continuation up is, I'm more inclined to think price will come up to these areas first, then come down. Go to the 2. I don't see anything on the 4 hour other than these 2 areas up the top, which aren't really of interest to me because I would like to get my trades in before that. But we'll map these out anyway because they're areas that you may well see price get stuck at. So 4 hour, I think it's, oh, sorry, that's 3 hour. 3 hour. Let me just make sure there's nothing on the 4 above. I'll check that high up. Cool. 3 hour, and then we have another 3 hour area here. And guys, if you have any questions, chuck them in the chat and I'll try my best to help answer. If I see anything, 3 hour. Cool. All right, 2 hour. You can see this bad boy here has been propping up a lot of the stuff as well. I'm going to put that there purely because it's been used once, twice, potentially 3 times, but it's all within the same move. Push down, rejected, try to tap into it again. Now we have the push out. So this is another strong area down here. Then we have this big candle. So we have a big movement that there is a potential, if we can find it, of breaking above this zone or catching 20 pips, possibly even 40, 50 pips to the upside. Up here, we have a 2 hour area. Actually, let me get rid of that. Let me put the magnet tool back on. The magnet tool is really important because it gives you a precise touch of the candle where you want it. 2 hour area here. Sorry, let me change that to red because I just realized that I'm not focusing on that. So it's going to work. There we go. Cool. So above price, sell zones. These shouldn't be red. They shouldn't be green. They should be red. And below price, green zones for potential buys. Cool. 2 hour, I don't see anything else. Let's turn on the cloud. This is good. So now you can see that we are flirting above one of the TK lines, but look at the gap between the second TK line. So if we do get that breakout, then coming into these areas, at least this is a 50 pip move from this area. So 60 pip move. I only look for 20 pips. So there's definitely margin for us to be able to try and catch some profits. Again, the 1 hour is saying the same thing. Let's turn off the cloud. Go here, go to this. We've got a lovely area at the top here. Really nice sell zone at the top here if price comes up to it. 1 hour. Cool. Now we can see we got this open and close, which just rejected and just dropped, kind of in sync with this previous support and this rally-based rally over here on the left. So you really want to see a clean breakout above this area, which is above the Asian. So push up, use the Asian top, and then go again is possible. But I'll be honest with you guys, this is not the prettiest of setups. Obviously, the consolidation is telling me a move could happen, but it might not happen until news. I don't see anything else there. Let's go to the 45. Let's turn on the cloud. Yeah. Okay, 45 minute. We have this really nice area here that has not been touched at all. So price could reject here. 45. And I'll be more inclined to think that price, if it does touch there, you're going to catch some nice rejection to the upside. 45 minutes, 35 minutes left. We've had this bull candle, top wick, bottom wick. I don't see anything else on the 45 other than and if you guys, it's up to you where you're looking to, if this is the style that you're looking to use for trading, then it's up to you how you utilize it. Some people will take the shot at the wick. I used to do that, and I found I was in more drawdown than profit. However, I also caught some trades that I would have missed if I'd gone with the body. But if you think about that logically, I'd rather have missed the trade than be in bigger drawdown. Makes sense. So if if I'm going to try and catch a sell up at this area as an example, I want to make sure that it's within my 20 pip range for the stop loss. Okay. So if I do that, you can see it is. But if I go with the wick, that makes it a little bit riskier with this 1 hour above, you see. So for me, I'd rather go up here and try and catch it if it comes into this area in the body, but it covers the entire body of the 1 hour, which is that red zone above. So I'll keep that there, but that is definitely an area that I'll be looking for. So if you want to pay attention to that zone, that is around 20. Remember your spreads. So around 20, 32 point, I'd say 4 to be safe for you, to be able to actually get the entry. 45-minute area here. Let me just go to the 2 hour. 45. Let's go to the 30. And again, you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 selling candles. Here, there's nothing in between it on the lower time frames. We have that daily and the 8 hour area. But I've seen this many times. It won't just reject at the daily. It may just go even further into drawdown to then come back the opposite way. 30-minute, I don't see anything at all. Turn on the cloud, crossed over, please, below. Thank you. Cool. 20-minute. Again, can you see this? A third confirmation here. Let me turn on the magnet tool. 20-minute. Excellent. And let's have a look. We've got, yeah, there's nothing else I see here. 15-minute. I don't see anything. Again, look at this. Look at all of this move. Sorry, I need to change that to red again. Okay. 10-minute. Again, nothing here. You see all of here? There's absolutely nothing. 10-minute, I really don't see anything. I think the safer bet is to catch something above this area. So I'm going to make that orange as kind of a liquidity. That's what that will essentially mean. So let's put that there. So I'd more than likely look for buys above this area, but I don't want to see a push up and grab 17. Yeah, I think there's 20 pips available here from the upside to move up to these areas. 5-minute. Oh, we got 2 minutes left. Damn it. Where did time go? 5-minute. Okay. Okay. Yeah, other than that, guys, I don't really see a lot at the moment. I don't. I like to go off the 2 hour and the 1 hour. 2 hour could do multiple things. Put it into perspective. Closes as it is. Come down. Create a brother in golf into the downside. Pure and simple, just comes down to here. Or it could come down and continue up to, because it's closing possibly as a bull candle. Let's just see how the next 1 minute plays. It could just go up and up and up and then reject and come back down at these areas. I don't see anything that's obvious to me right now. If anything, you're probably better off just waiting to see how price plays out. Right now, I don't see a trade. I don't see a trade at all. If we turned off all the drawings and we just look plain and simple on the 30-minute, let me just do some support resistance quickly for you guys. I forgot to do that 1 hour. So we have a resistance here. I'll make the support resistance white. Resistance here. Sorry, support here. We have a resistance at the top on the 1 hour. Here. And we also have this area around here. Not the prettiest. Let's see. 1 hour candle. Let's see how this opens. Let's look at what the 2 hour did. 2 hour closed as a bull candle. So if you're a gambling man and you just wanting to take risk, then there is a possibility of buys. I personally wouldn't take this. but there is a possibility to take out more of this wick. Otherwise, you're better off waiting to try and catch something around this zone. Okay. Otherwise, for buys, I'll be looking at something, sorry, something around here, more fruitful for me. That'll be a really nice zone, something around here. I'll be looking for buys. Let me just zoom that in so it's nice and tight. There you go. I don't see anything right now. I really don't see anything right now. 30-minute. No. I think safest bet, wait for a breakout. No, guys, nothing. Nothing for me here at the moment. Stay tuned in the Telegram. Anybody have any questions? Do you guys see anything? We're going to be feeding off scraps. I think this is the best one out of a ugly bunch. Otherwise here. So I'll possibly be looking for buys with a strong move at around 2020, or I believe there's a high possibility at 2013. Yeah, 2013. Otherwise, on the sell side, like, I mean, a push below 2009, and I think there is a chance for us to really catch a nice move. Otherwise, potential sells at, so I'd be taking these numbers. I'll be looking at potential sells at around this zone. Yeah. Which is 2024.4, I'd say, because of your spreads. And then up the top here is a really nice one. There is a high possibility of a fast move up above through this area. I actually got a 5-minute zone, so I wouldn't look for buys. I'd look for scalp sells. Other than that, that's it. Nobody else? No questions? Going once, going twice? Yeah, just wait. Put some alerts. So put an alert for here. Above, put an alert for below this area, around here. Set it, leave it. If you've got an Apple Watch, then, or a digital watch that's connected to your phone, fantastic. 20-minute, 15-minute. Nah, it's not the prettiest. If we get that push down the bottom there, then I think there is a possibility of some scalp buys, but until then, you got to watch the 4-hour. So what I tend to look at now, we've got 2 hours until the new 4-hour and 12-hour candle. So can this 4-hour come down and leave a wick? Of course. Look at the 12-hour. That would mean the 12-hour would flip, which means the next 12-hour may come up and retest these areas and then continuation to the downside. But this buy here is nice because it's at the bottom of the uptrend right now. But if this is nearer to when news is, all of these trade ideas are null and void. Even though it may still reject at the areas we said, I have no interest. To see limits to, I take it as buy limits set 2025 and 2034. Now waiting. Nice. Cool. All right, guys, that's it. Sometimes there are no trades. I know we want to take trades. It'd be good. Sometimes there's been good volume at the very start. There's obvious trades that we see. We're bouncing around. We're bouncing around in the Asian zone, below Asian at the moment. We've had a tap in at the bottom. We've had a tap in at the top. It's not pretty. So if you are going to trade, just be careful. And I'm sure a movement will happen over time. You've just got to be a bit patient and see. But otherwise, let's see. Yeah, it's a pretty little downtrend. So if you take a look at this, which I just noticed, you've got this candle here, this big candle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 candles aren't able to break it yet. We've created a little bit of a mini downtrend here. If you look at these wicks. So again, does that coincide with a push down to the bottom here to create a buy to the upside? Yeah, it does look good. but let's see. Put your alerts. I'll keep. Oh, sales. Okay, yeah, no worries. I'll keep you posted in the Telegram channel. Otherwise, good luck, guys. Don't overtrade and don't always feel you have to trade. Cool. See you later. Bye bye.